Peace YouTube, Peace X. Welcome to Winning Wednesdays. Wednesdays, noon Eastern. We discuss current events in the stock market. I've got a few articles I wanted to discuss today, but before we get into it, we'll give it a couple minutes. As you come in, let us know where you're from, what country, what atmosphere, what stratosphere, what county, what city, what zip code. I've got one pretty crazy article I wanted to discuss today. We'll get into it shortly, but we'll give it a few minutes before we start. How's your portfolio looking? All right. I've got a couple of things I want to discuss in my notes today. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're checking in from. Let me share my screen right quick. Peace to everyone joining us, just now joining us. Let me make sure my screen is good. Let me close that. All right, here we go. Peace, everyone. All right, let me share the screen right here. All right, I wanted to start off today's discussion with. Actually, before we get into the articles, let's look at the market. Let's take a live look at the market before we do anything. Let's see what we got here. All right, that's a live look at the market. It currently is 12:02 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. This is what we're currently working with. Okay, so major indexes are up slightly. A couple of the mega caps are just down slightly. Bitcoin. I wanted to discuss Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently at 109. Bitcoin has been hovering around this level. Let's see how long. Let's check the 5-day chart on the Bitcoin. Nothing too crazy. 1 month. Let's see where that is. Okay, so not too long ago, we had BTC at its all-time high, about 112. Currently at 109. So I think it'll touch back. It'll get back to 111 or 112 in the near future. It's been at 109 for a couple of days now. I anticipate going to its all-time high in the near future, if not today. So what else we got? Google currently slightly down 11 cents, currently at 178. What else do we got? Microsoft 473. Okay, let's take a quick look at Microsoft's chart. Microsoft currently is at its all-time high. Let's check the Microsoft chart right quick. Actually, let me go to Yahoo Finance to do that. Sometimes there's a 3 month, 1 month. Okay, let's look at the 1 month on Microsoft. Microsoft is at its all-time high for currently 473. Meta currently at 700. Netflix 1200. Nvidia 143. Palantir 137. Tesla at 330. What else do we have? VIX at 16.5. ExxonMobil 106. So that's a live look at the market. Some of the tickers I follow, some of the tickers you follow. But I wanted to point out a few tickers in particular. Bitcoin, BTC 109, Microsoft 473, and Meta at 699. So a few tickers to keep on our watch list if we don't already own shares. So that's a live look at the market. All right, before I continue, I just want to make sure we're good on the tech. Just confirm that you can hear me and see me in the chat. Let me know that you can hear me and see me before I get too deep in today's meeting. We good on the tech? Okay, thank you, Jen. All right, before I get into the articles, let me stop sharing that one. Before I get into the articles today, I wanted to discuss a few tools that I use. I know we've talked about TradingView, we've talked about Yahoo Finance, but I saw this picture online. I wanted to share this picture right here for anyone looking for financial resources, credible financial resources. Consider these 16 right here. Let me share my screen here. Let me remove that one. All right, so let's see here. Share screen. All right, so here are some tools we can use. Let me make sure you guys can see that. All right, so 16 tools that I often use. I saw this online. I felt it appropriate that I share this. In addition to a couple of them that I mentioned previously, FinViz is on that list. I think we've used FinViz before. I'm going to share my FinViz screen shortly. Morningstar is a good one. TradingView we mentioned. Seeking Alpha is a good one. Bloomberg. I read some Bloomberg articles from time to time. MarketWatch is another good one. Simply Wall Street. I have never used that one. I do check MarketWatch from time to time. This third row right here, CoFin, Stock Circle, RowIC.ai, and OpenBNB. I'm not familiar with this third row right here. I'm unfamiliar with this third row. This one I'm also unfamiliar with. Quarter, QUARTR. I am familiar with Reuters. I am familiar with the Wall Street Journal and Barron's. I do like Reuters articles. I do like Wall Street Journal articles. So in addition to TradingView, in addition to Yahoo Finance, in addition to CNN Business, if you're interested in any credible financial tools, financial resources to keep up with news, maybe consider one of these 16. All right. So one resource that's on this picture is FinViz. I like FinViz because I'm a visual learner. I like visuals. So let's take a look at FinViz shortly. But if you want to keep up with any financial news, any financial resource that's credible, consider one of these 16. All right, so FinViz is on that list. I want to actually share my FinViz screen. We took a look at TradingView a minute ago, but I want to take a look at FinViz. Let me share my FinViz screen and let's see what's going on with FinViz. And then we'll get into get us some of the news articles. FinViz, let's see here. Right here. All right, let's take a look at FinViz. I've shared FinViz before in the past. Another great resource. If you look in the upper left corner, you see that one-day performance, but we can change that to say year-to-date right here in the top left. That's the market today. And also you can filter this for the S&P 500, world, full, and you can also filter for whatever period you're interested in. It's currently on the 1 day. Let's look at the year-to-date. Okay, so here's the year-to-date. Microsoft up 12.5%. Apple you see down almost 20%. Google down 5.5%. Tesla down 18%. Amazon down 1%. Year-to-date, NVIDIA is up 7%. What else do we have? Meta up almost 20%. Visa's up 19%, right in the bottom left there. So I like FinViz because of its visuals. So that's a year-to-date. Intraday, let's check the intraday right quick. Okay, I think I pressed on the wrong one. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I guess they require you to have a subscription for you to view the intraday. But FinViz is a great platform. I do check this one. You can check the world. You see TSM right there in the bottom right corner. A strong Asian company. Let's check the full view. All the tickers available on these major exchanges. Okay, so check out FinView. If you're a visual person like me, let's go back to the S&P. All right, so that's what the market looks like today. All right, so I want to put up that resource one more time before we move on. So great resources. All 16 of these are great. I'm going to check out a couple of these other ones when I have a little more time here. But anyone now just joining us, you can use any of these 16 tools to keep up with financial news, news in the financial markets, stock markets. If you're into finance like I am, if you're into business like I am, consider one of these 16. My go-tos on this list are TradingView, FinViz. Yahoo Finance is not on this list, but I do like reading Wall Street Journal articles, Reuters articles, and as well as Bloomberg articles. So I wanted to mention that before we get into today's discussion. Financial resources that we can use. All right, let me stop sharing that one. All right. Peace to everyone just now joining us. I want to get right into the articles today. I saw a crazy article. It was from a few days ago. I want to get into this crazy article right from the jump, and then we're going to transition to some of the other articles. Let me share my screen here. I thought this was just off the wall right here. You might have seen this somewhere else, but I'm going to pull up a Yahoo Finance article right here. This article is actually from a few days ago, but I felt it's a great reminder to us to not defer our outcomes to other people. Okay, so this is a reminder to myself first. This is a reminder, 1542 to everyone else, to not defer our outcomes to anyone else. It's a great reminder to all of us to take matters into our own hands. We can't defer our outcomes to other people and then be mad that we got jerked. Okay, that doesn't make sense. What we want to do is control our own outcomes ourselves. We are going to stop deferring our outcomes to people like Jamie Dimon. All right. Jamie Dimon, if you don't know, CEO of one of the biggest banks in the world, Chase Bank. So let's see what he says. JP Morgan has had enough of grads accepting future dated roles elsewhere, and anyone caught will now be fired. So before we get into the details of this article, my interpretation of this is Jamie Dimon's telling you, don't go work on somebody else's plantation. Come work on my plantation, otherwise you will be fired. That's my interpretation of this headline. Again, it's a great reminder to myself first to stop deferring my outcomes to other people. I will not defer my outcomes to another man. I will take full responsibility of my outcomes, my damn self. I will take full ownership of my life and my outcomes, my damn self. I will not defer my outcomes to people like Jamie Dimon or anyone else. I will take full responsibility of my life, my damn self. Reminder to myself first and foremost. All right, let's see what this article says. Okay, so this article is from back on Friday, but I feel it's important for all of us to get a reminder, a quick dose of reality. JP Morgan has issued a stern warning to incoming analysts, stating that they will be fired if they accept another job offer within 18 months of joining, reinforcing CEO Jamie Dimon's view that such behavior is unethical. Jamie Dimon telling you not to go do what's in your best interest. Jamie Dimon telling you to do what's in his best interest. Okay? Let's pause for the cause. Let's pause for the cause right there. Let's pause for the cause. Let's rewind that. Let's pause for the cause. Let me just digest that first sentence right there. Let me meditate on that first sentence alone. Let me reread that because that just blew my mind. JP Morgan has issued a stern warning to incoming analysts. I used to be an analyst for many years. stating they will be fired if they accept another job offer within 18 months of joining, reinforcing CEO Jamie Dimon's view that such behavior is unethical. Another grown man is telling you what's unethical. Okay? Another grown man is controlling your outcomes. Okay? I refuse for another grown man to control my outcomes. No longer will another grown man control my outcomes. That's just me. Feel free to disagree. Okay? Jamie Dimon's telling you, don't go do what's in your best interest, do what's in his best interest. Okay? The policy, targeting a growing trend among U.S. grads, aims to protect the bank from conflicts of interest and confidential information leaks, while also making internal career advancement more attractive. Come build his plantation. Don't build your own business. Come and work for him. Build his business. Don't do what's in your best interest. Do what's in his best interest. Okay? All right, let's see what else it says. Wall Street veteran Jamie Dimon has made his opinion clear. Grads accepting an analyst role at JP Morgan but intending to leave for private equity within a few years is unethical. Okay? I get kind of mad when I read something like this, man. Who the hell is Jamie Dimon to tell me what is unethical or not? No, Jamie Dimon. I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to speak for myself, and I'm going to pay myself the same way you do. The same way you do. Okay? Jamie Dimon, I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to speak for myself, and I'm going to pay myself the same way you do. You don't tell me what's unethical, what's not ethical, and what's not unethical. I'm going to do what you do, what you're doing. Same shit you're doing, I'm going to do. Okay? You don't tell me what's unethical or not. Okay? You have no right over me. I'm going to do what is in my best interest, not what's in your best interest. And there will be no apologies for that. All right. A few months later, JP Morgan has told incoming graduate employees that if they accept future data roles, they will be fired. Okay? Yeah, I get mad. I get mad when I read this kind of stuff. An email sent by this guy and that guy, co-heads of global banking at America's largest bank. Welcome new grads starting this summer with a stern warning. If you accept a position with another company before joining us or within the first 18 months, you will be provided notice and your employment with the firm will end. Okay? Reminder 3,542. Do not defer your outcomes to another man. Okay? They don't have your best interest in mind. You have your best interest in mind. Just another reminder to do what's in our best interest, our damn selves. What else? What else do we have here? The reasoning was clear. To get on at the financial giant, your full attention and participation are essential. To get on at the financial giant, your full attention and participation are essential. Come build Jamie Dimon's wealth. Don't build your own wealth. Come build his business. Don't build your own business. Your full attention and participation are essential. Give us your entire attention. Give us your life. Give us your health. Give us your wealth. And like it. Get jerked and get liked it. Get and like it. I get mad. I get kind of mad. What else did he say? What does this article say? Continuing its no-nonsense outline to junior talent, the memo adds that training sessions, meetings, and obligations are mandatory. Your health and wealth are not mandatory. Jamie Dimon's health and wealth are mandatory. If they are missed, then again, the individual may be let go. Give us your wealth. Give us your time. Give us your health. Give us your best years of your life. Get jerked and like it. Come build Jamie Dimon's wealth. Don't build your wealth. Get jerked and like it. Okay? Reminder, 4,050. I can't even count that high. Reminder, 4,544. Do what's best in your best interest, not what's in somebody else's best interest. Okay? We deferred our outcomes to other people long enough. We will no longer defer our outcomes to anyone else. Take full control of your life. Take full control of your responsibilities. Take full control of your outcomes. Stop deferring to everyone else and get mad that you got jerked. Of course you got jerked. You deferred your outcomes to everyone else. You cared about everyone else before you cared about yourself. Okay? No surprise you got jerked. No surprise I got jerked. All right, what else? Uh, okay, check this right here. While the memo didn't explicitly state whether these future dated positions may be offered, the boss of the bank, with a market cap of some 730 billion, has made his thoughts on such phenomenon clear. Okay, the man's company is worth 730 billion. That's not enough for him. You come, leave the comforts of your home, leave the comforts of your family, go build his wealth. Don't build your wealth. Okay, and like it. Lose your health in the process, lose your wealth in the process, get jerked and like it. Okay. I know a lot of you work at JP Morgan. You take a job at private equity shop before you even start with us. I'm going to say something a little different, okay, because I didn't talk about character. This man talking about character. The most important thing about people's character, I think, is that's unethical. I don't like it. Who the hell are you, Jamie Dimon, to tell me what's unethical? Okay. What makes you believe you have any authority over me? Okay? What makes you think your shit doesn't stink and my shit stinks? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Okay, excuse my language, but this gets me mad. This gets me mad. Okay, Jamie Dimon, kiss my ass. As far as you don't tell me what's unethical. Only God tells me what's unethical. Okay, you have no right over me. Okay, kiss my ass, Jamie Dimon. If you're on this call, kiss my ass. Tell him I said it. All right, you can check the rest of that article. I'm not going to read that article anymore. It's getting me pissed off. Okay, Jamie Dimon telling you what's unethical, what's ethical, what's unethical. Okay, I'm not going to read it anymore. This article, it's pissing me off. Pissing me off. Okay, I thought this was relevant to our discussion today. It just serves as here's the bottom line. It just serves as a reminder to control your own outcomes yourself. Okay, stop deferring your outcomes to all our favorite middlemen. We will not defer our outcomes to HR. We will not defer our outcomes to Mr. Charlie. We will not defer our outcomes to Jamie Dimon. We will not defer our outcomes to a so-and-so politician. We will not defer our outcomes to our favorite politicians, our favorite political parties, and then expect they have our best interests in mind. Okay, reminder that article just serves as a reminder. Okay. Take full control of your life. Take full control over your outcomes yourself. Nobody's going to care about your life more than you. All right, you can check the rest of that article on Yahoo Finance. A pretty crazy article. Jamie Dimon, he seems to think that he has some kind of control over everyone else. He seems to think his shit doesn't stink. Only your shit stinks. He's telling me and you what's ethical, what's not unethical. Man, that shit don't fly with me, man. That shit don't fly with me. I got a major problem with that. All right, you can read the rest of that shit on Yahoo Finance. All right, another article I want to discuss. Actually, this dropped this morning. You might have heard about this. CPI report came out this morning. I want to share my screen here. I want to discuss the CPI report that came out this morning. Okay, so here we go. CPI, May CPI, inflation pressures ease on a monthly basis as tariff uncertainty lingers. All right, let's see what this article says here. Okay, so yeah, this article dropped this morning just after 9 a.m. Eastern. May CPI report showed inflation pressures eased on a monthly basis despite investor concerns that President Trump's tariffs would accelerate the pace of price increases. The latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed that CPI increased 0.1% month over month, below April's 0.2 rise and lower than economists' estimates of a 0.2% monthly gain in prices. So they expected 0.2, they got 0.1. So that can largely explain today's green so far. What else to say? On an annual basis, CPI rose 2.4% in May, a slight uptick from April's 2.3% gain, which marked the lowest yearly increase since February 2021. On a core basis, which excludes volatile food and energy costs, CPI rose 2.8% over the past year in May, matching April. Monthly core prices increased 0.1%, a touch below April's 0.2% gain heading to the report. Okay, consumer inflation ticks back up after hitting 4-year low. Declines in car. Let's see what this article says right here. Declines. I shut this paragraph. I meant declines in car and apparel prices. Categories expected to show some of the earliest impacts from tariffs. Helped drive a cooler than expected core CPI reading last month. We were not really seeing much of the pass through, if some at all, from tariffs. Yahoo, this guy you said, noting. Okay, all right. Let's see what else it says. That really did not provide much softer print than I expected, or many analysts. But don't get too comfortable. This is the key sentence right here. Don't get too comfortable. Okay. There's another reminder for us not to get too comfortable. Okay. Even in a green market, even when the stock market is going well, we don't get too comfortable. We don't want to get lulled back to sleep, right? We got lulled to sleep during the pandemic. Pandemic passed. We got lulled back to sleep. We got too comfortable. We got too soft. We started deferring our outcomes to everyone else, and we got jerked. Then they fired us, right? Don't get. Here's a great business lesson for today. Don't get too comfortable. It's easy for us to get comfortable when things are going well. It's easy for us to fall back asleep. Easier for us to get think things won't turn against us. So don't get too comfortable. Any market condition, we will not get too comfortable. All right, let's continue. When companies hike prices by 10% to 15%, it gets passed through eventually. Let's see. Let's go down a little bit. Mexico and Canada continue to face fentanyl-related tariffs and industry-specific tariffs on steel, aluminum, and autos remain unchanged. The tariffs on China are still significant, even as a truce temporarily pauses big hikes, with the effective tariff rate on Chinese goods hovering around 30%. Early Wednesday, the U.S. and China agreed to a framework and implementation plan aimed at easing tariff and trade tensions. President Trump signaled his approval, saying the deal was done pending final sign-off from him and Chinese President Xi. All right, so business lesson 1 today, do not get too comfortable. Actually, business lesson 2. Business lesson 1 was stop deferring our outcomes to other people. Business lesson 2, don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable. All right, so let's see. Anything else in this article? Okay, so yeah, here's a kind of a follow-up to not getting too comfortable. Still, economists say the risk of higher prices later this year remains, a view shared by many on Wall Street. Okay, so what are we going to do? Just in case prices increase, just in case inflation rises later this year, what are we going to do about it? What's the plan? Okay, we're not going to cry, complain, and whine. What's the plan? We're going to have a plan before prices increase. We're going to have a plan before inflation increases. What's the plan? Plan is scale your side hustle. Plan is increase your skill set. Plan is invest in real estate. Plan is learn stock options. Plan is learn the stock market. Plan is learn entrepreneurship. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, we're not going to cry about people jerking us later on. People will jerk us. Okay, what's the plan to avoid people jerking us? Okay, we're going to have a plan in place ahead of time. Okay, we're not going to be victims. All right, so what do you think about that article? What do you think about that article? Exactly. Yeah, right here. I'm missing all the comments. Who's this right here? Let me stop sharing this. I know I'm missing all the comments. Sheila says, let me see what Sheila says. Some of the companies think they control your life. Yeah, ludicrous. Right. Corporate plantation, they think they own your life. They want you to sign over all your time, all your effort, all your ability, all your skill, all your intellectual property. Give it to them. Let them benefit. You don't benefit from your own skill and intellectual property. Let them benefit. That's ass backwards to me. I will no longer do that. Companies don't control your life. You should be controlling your life. I should be controlling my life. There will be no apologies for that. We're not going to let other people control our lives. Andrea says, yikes, we don't work for Chase. Crazy protocol. Exactly. Crazy protocol. The thing is, Here's the thing. We have to have a better alternative, right? If we do not have a better alternative, people like Jamie Dimon will control our lives. Do we have a better alternative? Otherwise, we can go be victimized by people like Jamie Dimon, right? If we do not have a better alternative, Jamie Dimon will be our God. God will not be our God. Jamie Dimon will be our God if we don't have a better alternative. Do we have a better alternative? Yes. We're going to learn real estate. We're going to learn entrepreneurship. We're going to learn stock market. We're going to learn options. And we're going to control our damn outcomes, our damn selves, and kick Jamie Dimon right in his ass. Exactly. Jen says, you are not the boss of me. Exactly. Gen S is the boss of Gen S. That's the way it should be. Only Gen S will be the boss of Gen S. What else we got? Yes, only me. I take full control of every aspect of my life. Jamie Dimon will not control my life. Donald Trump will not control my life. Joe Biden will not control my life. Another grown man will not control my life. What else? Who else will not control my life? Any other adult, any other child, anyone else will not control my life. I take full responsibility of my life and my outcomes, and there will be no apologies for that. All right, another article I wanted to touch on is this article right here. You guys might have heard about this. It has to do with Apple. Let me share my screen here. All right, I want to talk about Apple's conference. Another article from Yahoo Finance. Let's see what it says here. At WWDC 2025, Apple sang developers' praises amid AI letdowns and App Store battles. This article was from yesterday morning. Let's see what it says here. Apple, one of the largest companies in the world. At the end of the keynote address on Monday, the company literally sang its praises to app developers. As singer-songwriter, this person humorously turned customers' positive App Store reviews into song lyrics. Okay, I don't care about no song lyrics. Best app I've ever seen. Best app I've ever set my sorry eyes upon. This is not an app; it's a piece of art. Okay. What Apple didn't mention. Here we go. Here's where the real article starts. What Apple didn't mention, however, was anything related to the tumultuous past few years for its developer community, or more broadly, why its developers should continue to put their trust in a company that's fighting them for every nickel and dime while failing them in other ways. Okay, I'm a large stakeholder in Apple, so I have a interest on what they're doing, what they're not doing, where they're headed, where they're not headed. So I keep a close eye on. Close eye on this company. In recent years, the tech giant has put its app developer community through the ringer as it stringently fought against regulation lawsuits and other efforts to rein in its alleged app store monopoly by nations, lawmakers, and the courts. Meanwhile, it has yet to deliver on some of the key tech advances that could modernize developers' apps for the AI era. In March, it delayed its more personalized AI-powered Siri, demonstrated last year's WWDC. Apple only briefly acknowledged this fumble during this year's keynote address, when this guy said the work needed more time to meet Apple's hot bar. Okay, Apple scattered mentions of AI-related features that Google AI already has, such as Apple AI-powered translation features, though it tried to differentiate from Google by offering lyrics translation in Apple Music. Okay, again, I'm an Apple owner. I really don't care about lyrics translation in Apple Music. That's not a concern of mine. Apple, get your shit together, man. I don't care about no music lyrics. Apple's AI-powered visual intelligence feature was even demonstrated by tapping into Google's app for image search results, something that feels more native on Android devices with innovations like this, visual search in videos, and more. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that's why they're focused on that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would care about that. Elsewhere, Apple appeased developers' demand for AI with further integrations with open AI tech, like addition of ChatGPT and Apple's Image Playground app and coding assistance in Xcode, but no deals with other AI providers were announced, despite rumors that Google Gemini integration was on the way and that Apple was teaming up with Anthropic on an AI-powered coding assistance tool. Okay, it seems like Apple's kind of behind the loop when it comes to AI. Apple also made its scripting and automations app shortcuts easier to use with the addition of AI features, but this ended up feeling more like a stopgap to tide over power users into an AI Siri could take actions in their apps for them. Okay, I'm not sure what's really going on with Apple. Apple needs to get their act together, man. What's their current price? Current price of Apple is what? 201 right here. If you can see in the bottom right hand corner here, 201.07. Apple, get your act together. I believe your all-time high is in the 240s, 242, 245-ish. You're currently at 201. You are one of the largest companies in the world, but your competitors have been gaining ground on you steadily. How will you react? What's your plan of action? What's your plan of action, Apple? How do you guys feel about that? I'm sure many of you hold ownership stakes in Apple. How do you feel about Apple kind of falling behind? How do you guys feel about that? Apple seems to be falling behind in the AI race to some of its competitors, Google, Microsoft, and for such a large company, I'm not sure why they're focusing on some of this other stuff, man. I don't really care about music lyrics and stuff. Get your act together. All right, let's see what else is going on. I wanted to share my screen. Let me refresh that screen first. Let's take a live look at CNN Business. Let's see what's going on. Some of those articles are from yesterday and the recent past history. I want to take a look at what's going on currently with headlines in CNN Business. All right, let's see what's going on. This is a live look at CNN Business. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So reminder 5,762 mass unemployment fears. Okay, we're not going to be afraid. We're going to divest from fear. We only fear God. We don't fear mass unemployment fears. We have a battle plan. We have strategy. We will move with strategy. We will not blow in the wind. We will move with strategy. Okay, so what we're going to do is learn entrepreneurship, learn real estate, learn the stock market, learn options, scale our side hustle. Okay, if we do those things, we will not be afraid of unemployment. Okay, we already know AI is coming to replace us. We already know AI is coming to replace all us hard workers. I myself is a. Let me say this correctly, man. My brain moves too fast. They can't keep up with my tongue. My speech can't keep up with my brain. So let me slow down and say this correctly. I myself is a recovering hard worker. Okay, I divest from hard work. I don't like hard work. I bust my ass long enough, hard enough. I'm sure many of you have busted your ass long enough, hard enough, and have not gotten the return you anticipated. Okay, no more hard work, efficient work only. Okay, if we work efficiently, if we learn real estate, the stock market, if we learn options, if we scale our side hustle, if we develop our skill set, if we develop our mindset, doesn't matter about unemployment. We will not be slaves to the corporate plantation. Okay. So this is one article right here. Trump AI czar hits back at doomer cult and mass unemployment fears. So I'm not even going to read this article, but I can interpret. I can kind of read between the lines. All this says to me is, this is telling me to not get afraid, go make this man my God, um, and defer my outcomes to people like this guy. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't care who this guy is. I'm going to take full control of my life, like I said. I'm not going to defer my outcomes to this guy. I'm going to develop my skill set and not get too comfortable. Okay, I'm not going to get too comfortable. That's one of the main articles on CNN Business. What else we got here? Let's see. Let's scroll down and see what else we got here. All right, we kind of talked about this inflation report here. Inflation rose less than expected last month despite Trump's tariffs. What else we have here? Starbucks is entering the protein wars with a new topping. All right. GM says it'll invest $4 billion into increased U.S. production. All right, so you can check some of these articles on your own. Elon Musk says he regrets some of his social media posts about Trump. Partial ChatGPT outage prevented thousands from using the popular chatbot. Okay. Check this. Empty shelves plague some Whole Foods after distributor knocked offline. So kind of a reminder to keep stockpiles of food, water, and the basic essentials. That's actually a reminder to myself, especially during hurricane season. Hurricane season literally started a few days ago. So a great reminder to myself to stop depending on Amazon Prime to deliver everything. I'm not going to wait for the chaos and the crisis to come. I'm going to prepare ahead of time. Just in case that hurricane comes, I'm going to be prepared. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to have the foresight and make a plan ahead of time. I'm going to be proactive, not reactive. It's a great reminder to myself right there. Actually, I'm going to write that down in my notes right here. Stockpile, water, food, basic essentials before crisis, not after crisis, before crisis. Okay, I'm going to stockpile my water, stockpile my food, my dry goods, my basic essentials before crisis comes. You're not going to find me in Home Depot fighting people for water, fighting people for lumber when the hurricane's a day away. No, I'm going to do that a month in advance, 3 months in advance, 6 months in advance. Okay, so great reminder to myself here. Okay, so business lesson 3 right there. We're not even going to read this article. We're going to read between the lines here. Empty shelves plague some Whole Foods after distributor knocked offline. We're not going to be dependent on other people. We are going to be fully self-reliant. Okay, so business lesson 3 right there. Be self-reliant. Okay, don't depend on other people. They're going to jerk you when crisis comes. They're not going to have your best interest when crisis comes. They're going to have their best interest when crisis comes. Okay, business lesson 3, be self-reliant. All right. Okay, so Andrea says, yeah, it's a great comment right here. Starting a container garden this season, challenging, but I'm determined. Yep. Yeah, that's a great reminder. That's a great point. Great comment right there. Grow what you can. Grow your own food. Start off with little greens on your balcony or outside in your backyard, and then you learn the best practices over time. You become green thumb. Take matters into your own hands. Okay, stop deferring your outcomes to everyone else. Then get mad that they jerked us. No more crying. No more whining. No more complaining. We divest from crying. We divest from complaining. We divest from whining. All right, so some articles from CNN Business that you can read through on your own time. What do you guys think about those articles? I mean, you could just scan these articles on a daily basis and have some key takeaways from any of these articles, right? Right. There's one takeaway from this article, and there's one takeaway from that Whole Foods article right here. Okay, so what do you guys think about that? Is that crazy to be self-reliant? Is it crazy to be self-reliant, or should we continue to defer our outcomes and put our fate in other people's hands? Haven't we put our faith into other people's hands long enough? Did we get the outcomes we desire by deferring our outcomes to other people for long enough? Did we get the outcomes we desire by doing that? If that strategy worked for us, we should continue doing that. If that strategy did not work for us, we need to pivot to other strategies. That's not crazy, right? That's not illogical, right? That's not unreasonable, right? Or am I crazy? Am I unreasonable? Am I extreme? Let me know. What do you guys think about that? Self-reliance key. Self-reliance is key. I think self-reliance is key. I can't allow myself to be controlled by somebody else and then complain about I didn't like the outcomes. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. All right, let me check my notes. What else we got here? Okay, we did that. If you have any comments or questions, drop them in the chat. Let's take another live look at the market before we wrap. Let me share my screen here. Let me X that. Let me share. Actually, let me pull up Yahoo Finance. I want to take a live look at Yahoo Finance. Some of their headlines. Let's see what's going on in the financial markets overall. Let's see what Yahoo Finance is saying. Okay, so the Fed is in tough spot after another cool inflation report. Okay. Let's see here. Some real estate news right here. Tenant paid rental broker fees in New York City are history. Tenant paid rental broker fees. Okay, I already know New York City or New York State in general is more tenant friendly, but I don't want to get too deep into a real estate discussion. I want to keep it more stock market related. Let's see what else we got going on here. Top stock movers now: GM, GE, Lockheed Martin. According to Investopedia. Okay, I don't think I mentioned Investopedia. Investopedia is another great financial resource. It's a great business resource in general, actually. Investopedia. I'm sure some of you have read Investopedia articles in the past. Blackstone is going big in Europe. Let's see. Maybe we get into that article. Quantum stocks jump as Nvidia's Huang says tech at inflation report. Okay, let's check this article right here. Okay, so let's check this article. I know some of you invest in quantum stocks. Let's see what's going on with Nvidia's CEO. All right, let's see what the article. Quantum computing stocks surge in early trading Wednesday after Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang made bullish comments about the tech at the chip makers GTC Paris Developer Conference. Quantum computing rose more than 32% Wednesday morning. Okay, is anyone a owner in this company right here? Quantum computing, ticker symbol QUBT, rose more than 32% Wednesday morning. This ticker jumped 17%. IONQ, I know some of you own the IONQ, climbed 7%. Companies make quantum computing the hardware and software. By comparison, the S&P was trading flat. Okay, that ticker symbol QUBT currently at just over 19 now. Okay, so Huang told a crowd Wednesday that we are within reach of using quantum computers for areas that can solve some interesting problems in the coming years. Quantum computing is reaching an inflection point, he said. Investors perceived the comments as bullish on the timeline compared to the tech CEO's earlier remarks about the tech. Huang told Wall Street analysts in January very useful quantum computers were likely 2 decades away. So that just shows you how fast technology is developing, how fast it changes, sending quantum computing stocks spiraling. NVIDIA executive later walked back those comments. So first he said a couple of decades away. Now he says it's at an inflection point. So that just proves how fast this tech, this AI and this quantum computing space moves. Huang's commentary comes a day after IBM said it's building the world's first large-scale quantum computer capable of operating without errors. Wow. Which is set to launch by 2029. Wow. This is a key paragraph right here. Huang's commentary comes a day after IBM said it is building the world's first large-scale quantum computer capable of operating without errors, which is set to launch in 4 years, in 2029. Wow. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? Currently, quantum computers are plagued by errors. Both AI and traditional computers are classical computers that rely on linear algebra. Linear algebra, for all my mathematicians out there, you studied linear algebra. Whereas quantum computers rely on quantum mechanics. What field is quantum mechanics? Physics? I'm not sure. And advanced mathematics. Okay, all my mathematicians are out there. Linear algebra, quantum computers rely on quantum mechanics and advanced mathematics, allowing for far more processing capabilities and making them more useful for solving certain problems in fields such as cybersecurity, cryptography, and chemistry. I remember studying cryptography back in 2005, literally 20 years ago. It's the study of encoding and decoding. It relates to cybersecurity. I remember studying cryptography back in 2005 when I was studying for my mathematics degree back in the day. All right, what else does this say? But the computers are fragile and prone to producing errors, which has set back the industry from introducing useful quantum computers. IBM's announcement marked a significant step toward the goal, analysts told Yahoo Finance. Big tech companies such as Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have also been progressing in their own quantum computing efforts. Amazon and Microsoft announced 2 quantum computer chips in February. Google released the quantum computing chip called Willow in December, saying the technology paves the way to a useful large-scale quantum computer. Okay, so some of these big monster companies are developing supercomputer might be the wrong term. Supercomputer might be underestimating their capabilities. So I'm trying to think about the right word. Supercomputer might not be the right word. What's the right word for these supercomputers in quotes? It's probably something more super than super. AI chip maker NVIDIA also looked to get a slice of the burgeoning market. NVIDIA hosted its first Quantum Day in March 2025, shortly after announcing it would build a quantum research center in Boston. So it's a big headline today in Yahoo Finance, quantum computing. I know some of you own shares in some of these quantum computing companies. So what do you guys think about that? Technology is advancing quickly. That's a great business lesson for us, right? We can't stay stagnant. We can't get too comfortable. We must always innovate. We must always identify threats to our business. We must also always identify threats to our employment, right? We gotta assume AI is coming for us. We gotta assume Mr. Charlie doesn't have our best interests in mind. We gotta assume we are next on the chopping block. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Okay, crying and complaining. That's a dated business model. We can't cry and complain anymore. We've already cried and complained. That didn't work for us. Yeah. So what do we got here? I'm missing. I know I'm missing a lot of these comments. Yes, I am crazy. Yeah, I admit I am crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy enough to believe I deserve financial freedom. I'm crazy enough to deserve wealth. I'm crazy enough to deserve. I'm crazy enough to think I deserve to buy back my time. I'm crazy enough to think I deserve freedom. I'm crazy enough to think I deserve health. I'm crazy enough to think I should spend my 24 hours instead of Mr. Charlie telling me how to spend my 24 hours. I am definitely crazy. Andrea says, Jensen Wang is a beast. Yep. He partnered with AI companies for EV presence with GPUs. All right. A few shares. Okay, I can't even read. I want a few shares IonQ. Okay. Option plays on IonQ. People getting paid. People ain't crying and complaining. People ain't sitting around getting complacent. People ain't sitting around patting themselves on the back. People making moves. People getting paid. People doing it what's in their best interest. Late to the party, IBM. Yeah, IBM seems to be a laggard in their space. Jensen said what? Jensen said quantum won't qualify for 15 to 20. However, Jensen will win quantum race. So it seems like he changed his tune since he's first said that. I own 200 shares of what? I own 200 shares of D-Wave, QBTC. Okay. I never heard of that ticker. QBTC, D-Wave. Okay, I never heard of that one. Jen asked, did I see Oklo today? No. Do you have any shares? I do not own any Oklo shares. Did I see Oklo today? No, I did not see Oklo today. What happened to Oklo? Let's check. Let's see what's going on with the Oklo. Okay, LO. Let's see what's going on. Oklo's currently at 65. Up 20, almost 24% today. Up 24% today. All right. So if you're an Oklo shareholder, you just defeated racism. If you're an Oklo shareholder, you just kick racism in its ass. If you're an Oklo shareholder, you no longer care about unequal opportunity on the corporate plantation. Okay. If you're an Oklo shareholder, you don't care. HR doesn't like your resume. Okay. Take control of your outcomes yourself. Oklo currently at 65.31. Oklo currently at 65.32, actually up 24% today. No, so that's what's going on with Oklo. Yeah, Oklo is surging crazy. Oklo is surging crazy. All right, let me share my screen on Oklo. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see, Oklo share screen. Oklo is currently at, I'll be screwing up all this tech. Oklo currently at 65.16. Today up 24%. Currently up 24%. 5 days up. 5 days up 32%. 5 days up 32%. What else we got? 1 month. 1 month up 132%. 1 month up 132%. Okay, congratulations. You just defeated racism. Congratulations. You don't care Mr. Charlie doesn't like you. Okay, if your investments are up 132%, you tell Mr. Charlie to come work for you. You whoop his ass in business. 6 months, 238%. Okay, if your investments are up 238%, you don't give a shit. HR doesn't like your resume. You tell HR to come work for you. Year to date, let's see what's going on year to date. Year to date up 207%. 207%. Okay, crazy returns. Crazy returns. Crazy returns. So that's what's going on with Oklo. Got a couple minutes before we wrap. Any ticker that we have not talked about in the past? Actually, what was that ticker we just discussed? I didn't know. I never heard about it. What was it? Let's check it out. Let's check out QBTC. What's going on with QBTC? Do I have the wrong ticker there? QBTS. Okay, QBT. I don't know the alphabet that well. QBTS. Let's see what's going on with QBTS. D-Wave Quantum Inc. QBTS currently at 1656. Let's check the 1 day. Let me make sure I got this share screen straight. Okay, 1656. Okay, let's check the 5 day. Okay, it's down a little bit, down 7%. 5 day. 1 month, it's up about 50% though. That's pretty crazy. 6 month up 300%. Year to date up 97%. 1 year crazy. 1 year crazy. All right, what is this? Let's see what this company. Let's check the description on this company. Let's see what it does. Let me see if I can read this. D-Wave Quantum Inc. develops and delivers quantum computing systems, software, and services worldwide. The company offers Advantage and Advantage 2 quantum computers, Ocean, a suite of open source tools, and Leap, quantum cloud source, a cloud-based service that provides real-time access to quantum computers and quantum hybrid solvers, and secure access and data. Let's see what it says here. And data protection services. Okay. All right, I never heard about this company. Okay, founded in 1999 and based in Palo Alto, Cali. Okay, shout out to Cali. Its quantum solutions are used in allocation, resource scheduling, factory scheduling, vehicle routing, logistics optimization, okay, so wow. Let me reread that. Its quantum solutions are used in allocation, resource scheduling, factory scheduling, vehicle routing, logistics optimization, drug discovery, industrial construction design, portfolio optimization, and maintenance, repair and overhaul optimization. Okay, so they got their hands in on several things. Okay, so that's a little bit about D-Wave, ticker symbol QBTS. So check out ticker symbol QBTS. They operate within the technology sector. And more specifically, they operate within the quantum computing space. All right, so that's QBTS, D-Wave Quantum. All right, so what do you guys think about quantum? What do you guys think about that? Again, Winning Wednesdays, we meet Wednesdays, 12 noon Eastern, every Wednesday, either on this YouTube channel, the Financial Juneteenth YouTube channel, or the Black Boss YouTube channel. I mentioned last week that I'm working on a couple of trainings. I've got those in the pipeline, so be on the lookout for those in the near future. Otherwise, I will see you next Wednesday. Go get what you deserve. Stop deferring our outcomes to other people. Take full control of your life and your your outcomes yourself. The first minute I did that myself, my outcomes started changing. The first minute I stopped kissing HR's ass, the first minute I stopped kissing Mr. Charlie's ass, the first minute I took full responsibility of my own life, that's when my life started changing. That's when my outcome started changing in my favor, not their favor. So I encourage you to do the same, but of course, you're not going to take my advice. What you're going to do is perform your own analysis and come to your own conclusions. Great. Otherwise, I'll check you out next week, Wednesday, 12 noon. Until then, go get what you deserve. Peace.